Hello lovely dancers, my name is Aisha and welcome back to Belly Dance Tutorials. In today's class I'm going to talk about layering undulations over traveling steps and level changes. First of all, I would like to thank you all for training with me over the past year. I hope you find my tutorials helpful and I'm hoping they will help you advance your dancing and your knowledge in Oriental belly dance. I will wish you all a happy new year. This will be probably the last video for this year, but we're gonna start again in January with new tutorials, new videos, and I'm very excited about that. So in today's class, I'm gonna take the undulations to the next step, to the next level, and I'm gonna add more things to it. So we're gonna put the undulations into actual dance context. So I would like to go over how to layer them over level changes and over traveling steps. First of all, I hope you practice the undulations. I have tutorials on that. I will link them down below. In today's class, I'm going to talk about undulations from top to down. Yeah, from top to down. They are called body waves or camels sometimes. So again, make sure that you are very comfortable with them before you move to the next level. So in today's class, I'm going to layer undulations from top to down, yes, top to down, over level changes. So we're going to go down with them. And over traveling steps in any direction. So we could do like sideways. Or circle, and we can travel in a circle. And we can add body tilting, level changes, and all that stuff. So I'm going to go over each element one at a time. First of all, the undulations that we are going to use for this layering is mostly from here down, so it's Oriental style. Not so much chest, it's mostly in the pelvis. However, we push with the chest a little bit forward to have more range of motion. So we're not doing a circle here with the chest like in fusion styling or other styling, but it's good to push with the chest a little bit forward so you get more range of motion for the pelvis to come forward and back. Now, very important is actually the rolling movement of the pelvis. So as you are scooping forward, bring it back, but release down. So make sure that you get this rolling motion. So it doesn't stop to front. So this is something that I see sometimes, and I'm probably guilty of that when I'm tired, because you really have to focus on moving your lower back. So what we don't want to happen is make it short, like stop short. It's like, I'm gonna come back here. So where you're doing the front part, but forget about the last part, the back parts. It's gonna be more like here. Yeah. So make sure that you also do the unrolling in the back. So it's gonna be forward and back, forward and back. Yeah. So make sure that you get the roll in the back, because that's what's giving the full motion and the juiciness of the movement. All right, so let's start with some simple things now. Let's walk with it. You can walk in a straight line, front and back. So if I'm gonna walk forward, I'm gonna layer the undulation on every step. Now, this is not very often used in like classical or Oriental belly dance, but it's a nice addition when you walk on stage. So if you add this undulation, is a subtle movement, so it's not a very big movement like that. It could be if that's the case, but you can add it as a subtle movement just to walk on the stage. It adds more interest and depth to your simple walking, right? So I'm gonna do a few steps and add a little undulation. Yeah? Let's try it this way. And your arms can be just down here. It's just a simple walk, yeah, it's not anything fancy. But you're going from point A to point B and add a little undulation. So that's one way of using it. The other way is walking back. That's my favorite. And this will be a deeper undulation. And I actually call this type of undulation as a camel because you are walking back with the undulation. So every time you step, you do one roll, basically. So I'm going to do it slowly. So as I step back, I push forward. As I bring my weight to the back leg, I finish the undulation here. And start again with the other leg. Leg moves back, push forward, bring the undulation back, and step. Yeah? So let's do it one more time very slowly. Front and back. 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 And I'm gonna do it a little faster. And talking about arms here, I actually like framing. You can definitely do more arm movement here, but it's a lot of movement and it's a beautiful movement. And I like it to not go unnoticed. So I like actually framing here. Just that. Yeah. This looks best from like sideways or angling your body, but it works good even if you're facing the audience or if you're to the back. But I think that the best way is if you are angling your body or even sideways, completely sideways. And your arms are a little bit behind the pelvis, so the full motion is visible. Yeah. And, but again, you can do the arms sideways like this, standard arms. You can raise the arms if you want, but not something too too much. It's not about the arms here. All right, so we did the traveling steps, the simple traveling steps on flat feet. Now you can do the undulations in releve, and these are very beautiful if you travel sideways. Yeah. Sideways, and we're going to add to this the traveling or the directional leg is in front. It works better. It's not bad if your directional leg is behind, so that's another way. I prefer it forward. So I'm going this way, this leg is going to be forward. And you're switching the weight from front to back, like in regular stepping, right, or walking. And then you're adding this undulation, and as I said, it's mostly in the pelvis, because if you're adding too much chest in this one, you'll get out of balance probably. And actually the interest is here, is expanding, contracting, expanding, contracting. Yeah? All right, so that's the slow motion. Now, you can add arms. So it's very nice when you are traveling to the side to add L-shaped arms. You can do, lots of arm movements, but we're not going to talk about all the possibilities. But it's just bringing them in, closing and opening, closing and opening. And I talked about this kind of arms in the past. So you're leading with this part. Yeah. Actually, I would say that you're leading with this part. So this part is kind of moving first, and then the forearm comes after. Yeah. And then you bring your both arms closer to the chest area, and at some point you are here, and then you open. And then you open, leading with this part again, right? So you open with this part, and when you are to the level that you need to be, then you open the forearm and the hand. Yes? So I'm gonna close and open. Other way, close and open. Close and open. All right? Okay, so we're gonna add these arms. So we're gonna do undulations, and then when you change, bring the arms together and then switch the leg. Yeah. It's nice to look in the direction that you're traveling to, unless you want to look to your audience, that works too. But it's nice to add, little head movement to the direction that you're going to, and then look toward that side of the audience. All right? So I'm going to start this again. Come up more releve. Make sure that you have good balance. Yeah. These parts are engaged. You want to bring the inner thighs together. And also you want to come up on toes as much as you can. Try to avoid being here in demi-point, like just a little lifted, unless you cannot do all the way up. If that's your range, that's okay. You do what you can. But think of lifting up more. As you get more stronger and more flexible, think of getting up on toes as high as you can. And use your knees to create the wave here. So the knees are slightly bent, and that will help you move your pelvis better. Yeah, so my knees are bent, maybe not that much, but that's what I'm using. So you go, your knees go from extended to bent, more extended to more bent. All right. So let's try a few times going this way. And open. And close and open. All right. We'll practice this more at the end on music. So, and again, you can do these traveling steps in any direction, side to side. It's actually nice when you go sideways, even back, right? Circles, very, very popular. So you are kind of going here in a circle. And then you can make the circle larger. So you kind of go outside your spot, or you can make it smaller, and then you basically turn around yourself. Very used in ballet. It's probably one of my preferred moves in ballet. There is always a place where you can do undulations while turning in your spot, right? So it's gonna be tuck, 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 And for this one, I use just simple raising the arms. So I'm gonna bring my arms up high here. Yeah, simple raise. You can always add the simple arm raises to undulations instead of the L shape. And let's see, other things. Now let's add to it. So we talked about sideways. Now let's add a body tilt, right? So instead of being up straight here, we're gonna tilt our body a little bit. And this works best when you turn in a circle. So I'm gonna do a body tilt here. Yeah, very much interest here. It's very nice. And you can travel in any directions with this. So just explore that. Try the other way. So I'm gonna come up on toes, add a body tilt, and undulate. Right? So these tutorials are also a way for you to get ideas to explore. There is way more to talk about anything here. And things that I explained today, I can probably do like an hour class only on that, but I'm not gonna go so much in deep, but these are ideas for you to explore and to play with them. All right, so we added a tilt. Now let's add the level change. Very exciting. We can do undulations on a level change in place, so you don't have to go anywhere. Just stay here, and then you lower your level. So they're gonna look like this. And coming up. Notice what I'm doing with my legs. The back leg is in releve, and I'm also creating a triangle here. So every time when you go down, you try to increase your base so you don't get out of balance. You could be here. If you can go down like that, that's fine, but it's much harder. So I actually like to increase my base and get more stable, be more stable. And this is one way of doing this. You create more of a triangular shape. Front leg is in out turn to the level that you can. And back leg is on toes. And my weight is distributed on both legs. All right, so I'm here and I'm gonna come down with an undulation. And then you can just come straight up, or you can continue your undulation, same direction, top to down, coming up. All right, so let's try that. Undulate to wherever you can, and then come up. Yeah, so this is very critical here to use your pelvis, the full motion, to go forward and back and roll. Forward, so you're scooping, back and release. All right, so we had a level change in place. Now you can alternate the level changes with traveling. So what I'm saying now is you can do an upright undulation and a down undulation. So this is my body level change. I'm gonna start up, then down, then up, then down, step, step. So the back leg is always in releve. This does not change. Only the front leg changes from being up high to flat. And then you lower your stance here. So you're up here, then the next step is down. So I'm gonna show you how it looks like. So it's gonna be up and down, 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 up and down. Again, this can be, you can do a straight line, diagonal, for instance, or just facing front. So we're gonna do, you can start up or down, doesn't matter. You can start the first movement up here or down. I'm gonna start down this time. And I'm gonna have my arms in a framing position for now. So I'm gonna do down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. Yeah. This, for me, this one works best in a circle. So let's try a circle with just framing arms. So I'm gonna start up. So up and down, up, down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. All right? You can add the arms to it. You can always go from in to out, right? So let's try that. I'm gonna start up. So up and down, up and down, down, up, down, up, down, up. All right? So we had these arm movements here, and then when you switch direction, you can switch the arms. So I'm gonna do one in one direction and then continue with the other direction with switching the arm that is up high. So I'm gonna start down, down, up, down, up, down, up, and switch, down, up, down, up, down, up. All right? And now let's put all of this together. We're gonna do undulation over traveling steps with a body tilt and with a level change. It sounds more complicated than it is. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the level change up and down, and also adding the body tilt. Yeah, so instead of being up straight here, up and down. Yeah, I'm gonna add the body tilt to the direction that I'm turning into. So for now I'm gonna have just framing arms. They can be here, they can be here, they can be anywhere you want. Just framing arms. And be prepared to add a body tilt and to do the level change. All right? I'm gonna start up. Up and down, up, down, and body tilt, down, up, down, up, down. All right? Let's add the arms. I'm gonna add the in and out arms. And I'm gonna turn this way. And I'm gonna start down, down, up, down, up, and body tilt. Right? And again, you can travel diagonal, side to side, wherever. One more thing that you can add is to do a double undulation if the music calls for it, because sometimes in the music you'll hear that doom, doom. That's another way of adding to your basic movements. So we're only working with a couple of movements in undulations and traveling steps, and see how much you can add to it and how you can grow it to the next level. So you can do, for instance, double undulation. 1, 2, and down. 1, 2, and down. Or you can do the double one on the down. Down, down, up, down, down, up. Yeah? So think about adding that if the music calls for it. Yeah? Do a double one. Down, double, double, down, double, double. Yeah? All right, so let's put all of this on music. I'll try to cue it if I remember. So just practice along and practice by yourself after that. This will take a little bit of work. All right, with music now. Let's try to walk on it. Walk forward, forward. Walk back. Yeah. Diagonal. In releve. Let's try around with up and down. Let's add more body tilt. Let's try a level change in place. One more. Double, double, single, single, double, double, single, single. All right. And now, of course, you can always add shimmies to the traveling undulations. We will do that in another class, in a more advanced level, but you can always add shimmies to the undulation. It's very nice, but that'll be for another time. Well, thank you so much for watching my video today. In the next class, I'm gonna do a similar thing, but with reverse undulations from down to top, a little bit more challenging. So practice this one until next time, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Lots of tutorials are available. Look back in my playlist and you'll find something for you to practice and work on. So until next time, shimmy shimmy.